What's up, everyone? I'm here with Artemus. Artemus and me go way back. Wait, how far back do we go?
2 years.
2 years. So maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit because how long you been here for?
2 years I've been in California.
So I met him the day he got off the fucking plane.
Yeah, he picked me up.
What's up?
What's going on, Rich Piana? Man, big pleasure to be here. It was a long time. I've been looking up to you for this 2 years. I learned a lot from you in bodybuilding and business-wise. You've been a great inspiration for.
He's just taking over my fucking show. Look at this shit.
Not just
that's how
you're
he does
one of the kind. You're one of the kind.
That's how he does it.
Nobody can take your place, man. You're one of the kind. I really appreciate being here. Appreciate talking to you, learning from you, picking up knowledge. Thanks for being so straightforward and honest with people.
Wow.
That's just there's a lot of people. No matter what you say, they're gonna say opposite. But for me, as a bodybuilder enthusiast and I love sport, you help me out a lot. You help the sport a lot as well with your words and your advice and being so open to people. That's not too many people out there that are doing it. I appreciate it.
So here's what we have in common. We're both 100% about aesthetics. This guy, that's what he's all about, is aesthetics. You know, symmetry, small waist, and he's got the perfect physique to back that up, and that's what he's promoting. That's what he's putting out there. And you know, he's forming his own little group of what do you call it?
Yeah,
athletes.
Team of athletes, yeah.
And it's all about aesthetics. It's not about size. It's not about, you know, how big you are. It's all about the perfect physique from head to toe.
We're creating a platform of athletes that have old school physiques, classic physiques, who would like to, you know, return the golden era, the old school bodybuilding, the symmetry, the proportions that are lost today. You know, something that Arnold was talking about, Arnold Classic, that created a bit more vibe to it.
Yeah, it was awesome what he said.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? I think this platform is not going to change the IFBB, but it's going to create, you know, the athletes that have those physiques. They're going to come to stage, and people are going to see it more and more. Because everybody can relate to old school, but it's not up there. It's not promoted. It's not seen. Yeah. But there are guys that have those standards, and we don't want them to ruin it. We want them to keep it, because the judges in IFBB, they're pushing towards the mass. They're ruining the sport. They're ruining the proportions. And
there's guys that have incredible physiques, you know, and they're just pushing to be in mass monsters.
You look at Dennis Wolf, you look at Kai Green, you look at Ronnie Coleman.
You know?
Back in the day, their physiques were phenomenal. Old schools, absolutely. Look at Kai Green. And you look at them now, they're just forced to bring the freaks, to bring the mass.
Right, because that's what wins.
And the functionality is gone.
That's where you have to go if you want to win.
People turn away from bodybuilding just because of that. And I'm really happy to have this brand, to have this movement, this community that represents something that stands for this change, like the beginning of old school. And I think eventually it's going to change. We're going to see it more in men's physique. Hopefully they're going to change the posing, you know, to show actually the physique. And hopefully it's going to transition to a category of classic bodybuilding, and eventually it's going to grow in IFBB. I believe it's going to come back.
I think it needs to come back. I think it can come back, and I think now is the time. You know, and Arnold being on the same page is going to help tremendously, because Arnold he can accomplish whatever he wants to accomplish.
Well, what do you think about the latest comment of Phil Heath about Arnold's legs and how it's going to impact his placing in the Olympia and his publicity in general? What do you think?
I didn't actually hear what he said exactly, but obviously I've heard. You know, and I mean, personally, I couldn't find one thing negative to say about Arnold. I mean, Arnold is just
the king.
He's the king. He's the legend. He's accomplished so much, and a lot of people don't realize that it's his mentality, you know, that's just so incredible.
Absolutely.
You know? And you know, now he's decided to come back to bodybuilding, and you know, he's going to be the head of the bodybuilding. I mean, he's going to run bodybuilding. You know, and all I have to say is that, you know, if I was a competitive bodybuilder, I wouldn't be saying any negative shit about Arnold.
Never.
That's for damn sure. I wouldn't say it now, and I wouldn't say it, you know. And I think it's great what he's doing, and I think he's going to be the one that can really bring back this look that you're also trying to bring back. And the funny thing is, we're on the same page. A lot of people look at me, and they're going to assume that I'm all about mass and size and just being as big as you can. And the truth is, I'm not. You know, and I tell people constantly, you know, if I see a men's physique competitor and I see a bodybuilder, chances are I'm going to say the men's physique competitor has a nicer physique, you know, and that's just the bottom line. It's not about how big you are. It's not about, you know, size. It's about symmetry, aesthetics, and how perfect the physique looks.
How symmetrical.
And you know, I might be 290 pounds, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't appreciate. You know, and my main goal is to have the smallest waist I can in ratio to how wide my shoulders are. You know, I could be 330, 340 pounds right now and be the biggest guy walking the earth, but I would look like shit. You know what I'm saying?
There is.
Right now, I'm a little on the,
plus
I'm on the heavy side.
You train with aesthetic approach. You don't train with heavy weights. You didn't go nuts on the weights. You don't do super heavy.
My body just grows, likes to grow.
Yeah, you have to work through the muscle. It's more of a volume training, like they would do in old school bodybuilding back in the days. They were relying on training, on dieting rather than drugs.
And back in the day, they trained 3 times as hard as they train now.
Yeah, they didn't overtrain.
You know, Arnold was training 3-4 hours a day every fucking day. You know, twice a day. You know, and now, you know, guys train 45 minutes or an hour.
And they're relying more on drugs.
Yeah, you know, it's. I think there's more time and effort put into the cycle and the insulin. And I got to take insulin this time. I got to take growth this time. I got to take this and that. And there's more effort put into the drug aspect than the actual fucking hard work.
Rich, less talent on stage. And people that have no talent, they try to compensate it with drugs. If you don't have the genetics, you can shoot as much as you want, you will never be at the top. There's no matter what. And if people don't grow because they're putting training and dieting into it, they're not gonna grow with drugs. Drugs is just a supplement, it's an enhancer. But if you got it, you got it. If you don't, I don't think there's...
Another point that I see, let me know if you agree with me or not, is that I truly believe that whatever your waist is when you graduate high school, your waist will stay the same no matter how much muscle you put on, if you do it right.
Absolutely.
There's no reason why, you know, a lot of bodybuilders that have thick waists, obviously, like to say that, well, the waist grows along with everything else. When your body starts growing, the waist grows with it. And I totally disagree with that.
Depends on training, depends on how much you eat and drugs you take.
Right. If you have a 32-inch waist when you graduate high school, you can get up to 260 and still have a 32-inch waist. And that should be the goal. If your waist grows at all, you're going in the wrong direction.
You know what, a lot of people say, oh, I have naturally big waist. If you have naturally big waist, you can still work on your shoulders, you still can work when you're back. There are athletes up there back in the day that had little thicker waists, like Franco Colombo, they still pulled out.
But don't make it thicker.
No, they keep it that way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, oh, I have big, I'm never gonna make it, I'm just gonna get bigger. You know, I think it's, you have to look at your body as an artist, not as a meathead, just try to go big, 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 and just grow your ego with it. Gotta be very smart, very intelligent. Bodybuilding requires intelligence. I think people that trained back in the day, they were relying on knowledge, relying more on intelligence and the art form. You see those guys, if you look at the Gold's Gym old pictures, the group of guys are looking in the mirror, Frank Zane is posing, Arnold is behind, they're all looking at the angles. That shit is gone. You walk in the Gold's Gym today, everybody is looking at you, checking you out, who got a bigger arm, who got a bigger leg. You don't feel that brotherhood anymore. You know, even look at the Mr. Olympia, and you look even at the last generation Iron, that feel of friendship and brotherhood of bodybuilding is kind of fading.
Oh, definitely.
You know, so I would love...
That's one of the things I'm trying to bring back, is camaraderie amongst us as a group. We all have the same goals.
We should be happy for each other.
Motivating each other.
Not hating, oh, this guy's doing this and this guy's doing that. He looks smaller than me. I deserve more following. What the fuck is going on? This is not the right attitude to have. You have to be very positive, very helpful. It's a community. You know, in bodybuilding, usually people take it as a goal. I think it's more of a tool, an instrument to make yourself a better person.
So tell us about your gear, man.
Oh man, it's all right, guys, right there in this spot. Boom.
this guy probably maybe 7-8 months ago, I'm guessing. You know, we talked about business. We had nice, long conversations about business, and he's an incredibly smart person. He's done a lot of other businesses throughout his life, and this is what he truly loves, though. And he's always been successful. He's always made money, but this is something that he loves to do. So what he wanted to do was turn what he loves into a business, because what he was doing to make money, he didn't necessarily love it or enjoy it, but it was making a good income at it. So we talked about it, and I'm telling you, man, within 7-8 months, what this guy has accomplished is incredible.
Thanks to you.
And
he's
on his way, and I'm telling you, man, he's going to be huge in the next year, man. If you don't know who he is now, you're going to know who he is.
You'll definitely hear about it, because bodybuilding, and this is what the impact I want to make. I truly want to change the sport, because I really want to leave a legacy after me. You know, I might not be the Mr. Olympia, but I really look up to Joe Weider and what he did for the sport because of him.
And he is an IFBB pro, by the way.
Yeah.
Not something that he even really brags about or talks about, but just For the record, he is an
it's
IFBB
been there.
pro.
It's been there. I went through that process to learn what the competing is all about, because you've been talking about social media and how to make it in the sport, and this is how you make it. You do exactly what this guy does. You put yourself out there.
The funny thing is this is one of your smallest achievements of all the stuff you've achieved, you know, but to other people, that would be the hugest achievement they could ever make in their life.
And I feel like this is what I'm doing now is truly positive, and it's honest. You know, it's truthful, and it's very passionate. That's why people like it. You know, there is no fake bullshit behind it. There is no supplements behind it. There is nothing that I brag about that I don't do. I don't sell something like, do the same thing. You don't sell something that doesn't work. Right. You know what I mean? You don't bullshit. You're very straight up with people.
Your name's on it, so.
And people appreciate it. People respect it, and people follow it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like bodybuilding is an amazing sport. You know, it changes your character, changes your personality, and changes your body at the same time.
Right.
So it brings us together. So I learned a lot from you, how to pick up the brand, how to promote myself, put myself out there against all the judgments and the comments, because no matter what you do, you can be with the prettiest girl, people still gonna say you're gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you can be going to the club.
But the more hate you get, the more successful you are.
So you got to be able to take all that, to take all that critique like this guy does, because he takes so much critique and still doesn't give a fuck, moves forward, creates his brand, inspires people, motivates people, help them, and that's what bodybuilding is all about. It's not about your biceps, it's inspiring your community.
Right.
That's what it's all about. That's what it is.
Doing our part.
Yeah.
And we all need to be that way. We all need to come together, help each other out, and it's like a big family of us all have each other's back, you know. We have enough hate and, you know, whatever from the general public.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
Why should we be hating ourselves?
On each other, yes,
you know,
absolutely.
Sense,
there's so much hate out there, and then you come into the gym and people are still hating you in there. It's like, fuck, I don't want to be around this negativity. Yeah, that's.
And it all stems from insecurity, you know, and I just think that people are a lot more insecure than they were back in the 80s and 90s.
Absolutely.
You know? There's a lot more people involved in the sport too, and I think people are getting involved for the wrong reasons.
There's a lot of media to it.
Back in the Arnold days, there wasn't very many bodybuilders. It was kind of a cult thing.
Yeah.
So people didn't get involved because they wanted to get girls or because they wanted to be more alpha, you know. It was something they just enjoyed doing.
Yes, absolutely.
And now, you know, probably 90% of people get involved in it for the wrong reasons.
And that's why we try.
And the wrong reason stems from insecurity. They're trying to fix their insecurities is why they get into it. So they're coming in our motherfucking world and bringing their insecure shit into our fucking world.
Yes.
So you're not welcome in our fucking world, you insecure motherfucker.
Actually,
no, I love you.
Yeah, we're gonna change you.
I love you all.
You're gonna come in. We're gonna change you. We gotta slap you a little bit.
All
fix
the
you
insecure guys out there.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, but you come, guys. We're gonna change you. We're gonna teach you what bodybuilding is all about. Make you positive, and we're gonna show you some aesthetics.
Right.
Rich, again, thank you so much for this opportunity
awesome,
to be on your channel.
Sure.
You know, to talk about my brand, about Golden Aesthetics, about ARTEMUS DOLGIN, talk about the community, the team. Big news. We're going to be at Arnold Classic 2016.
Okay, I'm going to be there too.
Yeah, we have our own booth. It's a big step for me.
That's awesome.
And we have a wonderful team of athletes. They're going to do old school posing. We're going to have a podium like and pumping iron they did in New York.
Okay. Did you already get the booth booked?
Yes, absolutely.
You got to get next to Rich Piana, man.
Well, I don't know if I can handle. I don't know if I can handle the heat yet.
Come on.
The 5%ers, they're just too much.
Man.
They're very
Join
very
forces.
passionate. Yeah, absolutely. I will say come say hello.
Yeah,
and I'm sure you'll be able to come and get on podium and hit some poses and show people what aesthetics is all about. Man, thank you so much again. I appreciate it.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.